It's going down. All right, Shalom, Israel. First and foremost, as always, I would like to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kwadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And as always, double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And welcome to another series of It's Going Down, being brought to you by the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Israel flooding Hamas tunnels. Now, I titled the video Amelek flooding Hamas tunnels because predominantly and for the most part, it is Amelek who is a descendant of Esau who is over there in the land of Israel claiming to be Jewish, and they are not. Okay. They are really descendants of Esau. 'Cause that's what Amalek is. And, according to the book of Ezekiel, I believe the 37th chapter, it tells you that, Amalek would be in that land, which is the land of Israel. And that's according to Bible prophecy. So with the lives of hostages at stake, the country's government is reportedly keeping the operation quiet. So they're flooding Hamas tunnels, and who knows what they're flooding their tunnels with. It could be chemicals, it could be poisonous water, it can be all sorts of things. We just got to wait and see. Okay. The Amalekite military has begun pumping seawater into Hamas underground tunnel network beneath Gaza, the Wall Street Journal has reported. Israeli officials have refused to comment on the alleged operation, which could endanger the lives of more than 100 hostages and contaminate the strip's water supply. Okay, Amalek forces began experimenting with flooding the tunnels after transporting powerful pumps into Gaza last month. So this operation really began last month. The newspaper reported on Tuesday, citing U.S. officials, fully flooding the hundreds of miles of tunnels and bunkers beneath Gaza is expected to take several weeks, the report claims. It could take several weeks, but, we can't trust what Esau says. A spokesperson for Amalek Defense Minister Yoav Gallant refused to comment, stating that any military operations involving the tunnels are classified. However, Chief of Staff Herzi Halevi said last week that flooding the subterranean network was a good idea, but I won't comment on the specifics. So it could be hostages down there, or whatever. Okay. We just know that if they're flooding the tunnels down there and there's people down in the tunnels, they could very well be drowning people that's down in those tunnels. Now, could this affect the water supply? Who knows? Again, the tactic is contentious in the land of Israel. Relatives of the roughly 140 hostages still in Hamas captivity fear that flooding the tunnels will endanger their loved ones, some of whom are believed to be held in the passages. In meetings with Amalek Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, freed hostages complained that the flooding would be the death sentence for those left behind, according to the audio recordings published by Hebrew News Ynet last week. So In other words, this whole controversy is about the tunnels being flooded. And, but you see, this just goes to show you that, you know, Esau, he really don't care about anyone, you know. It's all about him at the end of the day, you know. It's all about him and what he wants. They really don't care about the lives of their civilians. Go fuck it, go ahead and flood tunnels. That made the terrorists and the hostages die. They really don't care, so Esau don't care about his own people. How much more you Israelites out there who love these devils so damn much? They don't care about their people, so they damn sure don't care about you so-called Negro, Latino, or Native Indians. Okay? Question about the flooding operation, right? U.S. has heard assertions that there's no hostages in any of these tunnels, right? But how could they be so sure, right? But I don't know that for a fact. You see that? So double-minded, the scriptures say that a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Now what did Yahweh say? He said, let your yea be yea and your nay be nay. When you give an answer, you got to be sure of the answer that you give. You know, there can't be no in-betweens. I mean, there's no one in the tunnels, but I don't know that for a fact. But what? But is an excuse, an excuse to justify your actions. So you're just going to go ahead and flood the tunnels, not knowing if anybody is down there or not. So you don't know that for a fact. So this man is unstable. Anyways, U.S. officials have, however, raised concerns that pumping large amounts of seawater underground could contaminate Gaza's limited freshwater resources. You see? And I mentioned that earlier, how ultimately they're pumping hazardous water because this is just not. I mean, think about it. They're talking about seawater, right? So this seawater is contaminated with chemicals. So if they decide to go along with this operation, right, that their whole intent is on contaminating Gaza's freshwater resources. So they intend on creating a famine of water on the Gaza Strip. Okay, so Gaza could be facing a famine of water. So prior to the conflict with Amelek, around 90% of the enclave's drinking water came from underground wells. According to the Palestinian Water Authority, the remainder came from local destination and wastewater plants, which cannot operate without fuel, as well as Amelek pipelines, which Amelek shut off immediately after Hamas October 7th attack. So, I mean, that's pretty much all I want to read there. With that, I'm going to say, Shalom. It's on to the next one.